Hi Daisy, welcome back to my Beauty's Big Sister channel. Now this is a different kind of video for me today, but I feel like it's an important one to film. A hard one for me to film because it is a part of my life which I've kind of blocked out. That's what I seem to do when things go wrong in my life, when things happen that I don't want to remember. I literally just block them out. So I don't really remember too much of my school life. And it's a shame because I'm sure I had really good days, I did make good friends, I did have good times, but because of my journey throughout school, the bad times have kind of like overcome the good. So when people say, oh, you know, I wish I could go back to school, it was such a great time of my life, I don't feel that. I don't ever want to go back. I remember at my prom feeling the most weight lifted off my shoulders, relieved. I just felt like thank God this part of my life is over, because I literally went through school waiting for it to be over. I could have quit school, I would. But because I was so set on having a career, I just worked my bum off. I upped all my grades, I had a tutor, I literally worked so hard because I knew you've just got to get through these last couple of years, and once you do, that's it, you're done for life. And I'm glad that I've got good grades because it's something that I can be proud of, but it's not, I don't actually know where to start this video at, and I don't want this to come across like I'm crying wolf or feel sorry for me, because that is the complete opposite reason that I'm doing this video. I've already filmed this video before. I filmed it back in January and I just couldn't put it up. I couldn't bring myself to edit the video, I couldn't bring myself to upload it. And you know what, I'm glad I didn't upload that video, because looking back, I read out like an MSN chat from the girls that bullied me, and really that's just unnecessary. I don't need to do that. I don't need to, you know, take myself back to what happened in that situation. As interesting as it was to read back the MSN chat, it's just not, there's just no point, you know. There's no point in looking back on what I could have done and what I could have said, because I didn't. I have been told so many times throughout my life, you're just too nice. And reading that MSN chat, I was like, come on Daisy. If anyone said those words to me now, oh my gosh, I would give it back. I would stand my ground. I wouldn't take it. Whereas back then, I literally was just smiling, and after all of the abuse they gave me, I ended the chat. I even said goodbye to them. I ended the chat and said, I've got to go, speak to you soon or something. And I'm just like, come on, you just like completely mugged yourself off. But that was the kind of person I was. I was very shy, very timid, didn't like confrontation, was very intimidated by the popular girls, and I guess maybe it's because I was the new girl twice. So I went to 2 primary schools and 2 secondary schools, and in both of my second schools I was bullied. Primary school was bad, secondary school was just on another level. I think the one thing that I would say if you're being bullied is to know that you're not alone, because at the time I thought I was alone. I thought I was the only one getting bullied. I thought I was the weird one, the one that was getting picked on, you know, why can't I fit in with all the popular girls? But it come to a point, it was actually the MSN chat that triggered it, and that's when I showed my mum and said, you know, look what they're saying to me, look what they're doing, I don't know what to do anymore. And she took it to the school, she took it to my teacher, and Miss Angelica, oh my god, she was so lovely. And in that school, that was like my safe ground, was with her, because she had my back 100%, and I've still got her on Facebook now. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional, it's ridiculous. So I was like really lucky that I had Miss Angelica, I had my mum, and they were both two people that I could talk to, and that would help me and give me advice. It was mostly mental bullying rather than physical bullying. I mean, I had cans thrown at my head once, but apart from that, it was mostly mental bullying, just being left out of things, being picked on, being called names, and some of those things have, you know, stuck with me throughout life. So it got to the point when my mum went to the school and spoke to my, what do they call it, form teacher? Yeah, form teacher. And then they held an assembly, literally like Mean Girls, with all the girls in the school, and it was only then that I realised that I'm not the only one being bullied. These girls are bullying other girls, because there's been more people that have complained. There's more people have come forward and said these girls are being horrible to me. So I kind of stepped back and thought, okay, it's not just me. Maybe it's not me that's the weird one. Maybe I'm not the one that is causing the problems here. And I'm sure, like, now, if them girls were looking back, they would say, we didn't bully anyone. And I would question myself and be like, maybe, you know, maybe I triggered it. Maybe I said things horrible as well. Maybe, you know, they had reason to bully me. But after reading through that MSN chat, which I think I will always keep, just to remind me of, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything wrong. And the fact of reading that just kind of like reassured me that just keep being you, because these girls are bullying you for no reason. And that's one thing I think that you need to remember. If you are being bullied, don't ever think it's you, because it's not. If you are being bullied, that person is the nasty person for saying nasty things to you and doing nasty things to you. And if I could go back in time, I wish I would have been more confident. I wish that I would have stood my ground and gave it back to them as much as they gave it to me. But at the end of the day, I didn't. And that's what has led me to being the person that I am now. It has given me more confidence. It has given me more ambition. You know, I'm a much better person for it. And if you would have told me when I was at school I would be presenting live on TV like I am now, I would have absolutely laughed in your face, because I would have never have done that. Like, there's literally videos of me when I was little. I was in the Lion King play, and I literally got on stage, froze, cried and run off, and that was my little section of the Lion King play. So looking back and seeing how far I've come, I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, it happened because it was meant to happen. Everything in life happens for a reason, and I'm a true believer in that, and I feel like that was part of my path, that was part of my journey. It was meant to happen, and I'm glad it did. You know what, the first time that I stood up for myself, for some reason I was more confident with boys than girls. I would stand up for myself way more with boys than I ever would with girls. And there was this one time I was in science class, and there was this boy behind me. I think he was like trying to impress the group of girls that were bullying me, and he was making fun of me, you know, saying comments, and I turned around and was just like, shut up. And he didn't. And I think I turned around 4, maybe 5 times, and then I have no idea what come over me, but I just turned around and slapped him round the face as hard as I possibly could. And after that, I thought, you know what? I've got this. I've got this. I don't need to stand for any of this rubbish anymore. I don't need to sit here all timid and shy. I can stick up for myself, and I can give it back to them if they give it to me. So I'm not sure if after that I was more confident with sticking up to the girls that bullied me, but I remember I would just go into school, smile at them, be pleasant to them, say hello to them. And that's how I got through the end of school. Obviously, I would never ever ever recommend being aggressive or hurting someone, you know, slapping them. But for me, I am so glad I did that, because he sat with an ice pack on his face, you know, for the next class, and I never got told off for it. I think the teachers were just like, yeah, you deserved it. So yeah, I'm so glad I done that. And that was the first stage of me really sticking up for myself and just getting through school. So yeah, that's my kind of bullying journey. I wanted to make this because I didn't want anyone to feel like they're alone. I didn't want anyone to think that you're never going to be successful or get to where you want in life because you're getting bullied. Absolutely not. It says more about them than it does about you. Literally work hard, put your head down and aim to reach your goals, because you can do it, and never change you for anybody else. So yeah, stay true to yourself, stick up for yourself. That's the one thing I wish I would have done, is not took it, not cried, not, I mean I'm crying now, but I think it's just because I never ever really speak about it, and going back to that whole situation, it's so weird because it literally feels like I dreamt it. It doesn't feel like it happened, it doesn't feel real, but it did happen. It is real, and thank you to the girls that bullied me, because I wouldn't be here now. There's no way, if I would have stayed that shy and timid, there's no way on earth I would have made a YouTube channel at all. So it hardened me up. I needed it. I was too soft. So yeah, just to wrap this up, if you're being bullied, stand up for yourself, but most importantly speak to someone. You know, I'll forever be grateful to my mum, but I realise that I'm extremely lucky to have had someone that I could talk to. I mean, my best friend at the time was actually friends with the girls who bullied me, which does not make sense in the slightest. So she'd hang around with them in school, but then outside of school would be my friend. Weird situation. If you haven't got someone close that you can talk to, someone to help you through a situation such as bullying, then please message me. You know, I set up this channel because I wanted to help people that had been through situations like I had, because I would have loved someone that I could have just messaged and got advice from that had been through something that I had been through. I mean, obviously I'm not a counsellor, but I will always try and give you the best advice I can. But the main thing to remember is that you are not alone if you're being bullied, because you have a friend in me. I'm sorry if this has been like a quite downbeat video. I really didn't want it to be, but you can't really help your feelings, and I really didn't want to cry, but I have. But oh, do you know what? I can't hide my feelings. You know, Sonny will tell you, if I'm upset, he will know within 1 second of seeing me, because you can read my face like a book. So I can't hide my feelings. That's the emotions that I felt as I was talking about it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for being part of my YouTube family. It will forever mean the world, and I'll never be able to tell you how grateful I am. But thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!